Hello my beautiful creatives, and welcome back to my art studio. My name is Chrissie B, and I'm a creativity coach hoping to inspire you to live a more creative life every day. I thought today would be a great day to play in our soul books. I don't really have a specific plan. I do have a couple ideas on some things I want to get kind of ready. And the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to start at my gratitude page in my gratitude spread in my soul book. And I drink yogi tea, which if any of you watch any of my old cuppa chats, you know that I drink a lot of yogi tea. And yogi tea is awesome because, well, one, it's delicious. I mean, come on, it's delicious. And the other thing is that they have like these great tags on their tea bags. Let's see if I can get you to see that. So whenever I drink one of these, I don't know if that ever focused, sorry about that. Whenever I drink one of these teas, I love to take the little tag, the paper tag off the end of the tea bag, and I like to put it into my soul book. Well, last year I had a tea spread, basically being thankful for my tea practice, which I've kind of gotten out of. So I thought I would take a moment to just take my little yogi tag and glue it into my thankfulness, my gratitude spread, because I really am thankful for it. Tea makes me happy. It's so warm, it's so soothing, it's so comforting. I use raw sugar in my tea, but I absolutely adore it. So I always have some over here next to me. So that was the thing I kind of want to start with. I also want to give you an update on the little ink on the Duralar sheet that we did. This is a plastic sheet. I am noticing that the ink does scratch off of it, so I am okay with that. It's kind of like, it's my soul book's battle scars, which is kind of cool to me, because that means if my soul book's got battle scars, that means I'm actually using it and playing it like I want to. So I just want to kind of give you a heads up on that. The other thing I really wanted to do, I really want to do this, and I'm not going to do the whole thing today, but I wanted to get it started. Now, I have been obsessively watching YouTube channels, YouTube videos, just trying to find out like what other things I could be doing, or learning new techniques, or just trying to see like what colors people are using, and just to kind of really get inspired. And I've discovered that something that really inspired me is this awesome lady from California. Her name is Lori Marie Jenkins, and I absolutely adore her. And I know it's bad form to like say, you know, leave my channel and go to her channel, but her name is Lori Marie Jenkins. I'll make sure to leave links to her down in the description box. I love her so much. She's like my animal spirit. I just love her. So I am going to take this project and use it in my soul book. So let me see if I can show you an example. She has this process for creating really cool hidden compartments in her altered books. Now, because of Miss Lori Marie, I have started 2 of my own altered books. I've never done altered books before, but Miss Lori Marie, she has inspired me. She's showing me that I can do it. And I want to show you what I thought I can take some of those techniques, well, at least one of those techniques, and put it into my soul book, because isn't a soul book really an altered sketchbook? It's not an altered vintage book like these are, but it's an altered sketchbook. So the thing that I want to do is this. There's a little hidden pocket, a little hidden secret compartment place right here for some kind of a goodie. Now, I don't know what I'm going to put there yet in my little books, but I want to create the same kind of pocket in the back of my soul book. I think this would be an excellent idea for maybe tucking letters away in, or like little secret things that you don't want to forget or you don't want to lose, or maybe putting bookmarks in there, or little, maybe an inspirational card or something that somebody has sent to you. Here's another one I've done. And even though the page itself isn't finished, the little pockets are, the little hiding compartment place. And I love that. Now, we can't do the whole thing today because I don't have, I actually steal my husband's carpet knife to do this. I don't have an X-Acto knife here in the trailer because it was something I thought I could live without, and apparently I absolutely cannot. So I thought I would do one of those little secret compartments in the back of my soul book, which actually floats my boat, because every year I do a soul book and I always have pages at the end that I've never done anything with, and they kind of bug me because I feel like I'm wasting all of this soul book. So I thought, what a great way to use some of these pages that I really maybe won't use. Now, so to do this, you're gonna need some matte medium. She uses Mod Podge, but I don't use Mod Podge, so I use matte medium. I have my matte medium glue brush with me. Let's see what else. And to start, I think that's probably going to be it. Now, what you want to do is you want to select a thickness of paper, whatever thickness you want. I don't want it too thick because I don't want to take up too much of my soul book. I still want to have a lot of room to really play, but I want to have enough thickness of paper that something can fit in there, whether it's an ornament that I decorate or some letters or, you know, maybe a card or two or something, just things that I want to tuck in there. And this amount of paper is the depth of whatever it is that I put in there. So I have to kind of be mindful of that. The other thing that I'm going to want to have at the ready, which I think will help me, are these little office clips, binder clips. And I have lots of these, and I have all different sizes. I just happen to have a teeny one in front of me, which is why I grabbed that one. And I like doing that because I want to, ouch, that hurt. I pinched my finger. I want to basically hold my pages together. And I want to kind of keep them as flat as possible. Lori Marie doesn't do this, but this is my version of her project. So I just really want to hold those really nice and tight together. The other thing I'm going to want, which means I'm going to have to step away from it, I need to get some wax paper because I want to be able to protect this back page and I want to be able to protect this page on this side because I do not want the adhesive to get on either side of that. So give me just a moment and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went and got my wax paper and I'm just going to, hopefully without cutting myself on the little cutter thingy, I'm just going to tear 2 pieces of it. Wax paper is my friend. But because space is so limited in my little art studio, I actually keep the wax paper in the kitchen because we use it there as well. So there it's in 2 places, and I will flatten it when I flatten my book. But I want to take my matte medium, and I really want to do my best to kind of glue all of these edges together. And I don't think you necessarily need to use the clips, but for my larger soul book, I thought, you know, the larger pages of a soul book, I thought that would be a little bit easier. So I'm going to remove my little clip on this side and kind of keep it pinched. And I know that you can't see me, I apologize, but I'm trying to just put glue down the side of all of the pages so that all of the pages kind of soak up the glue. And as they soak up the glue, the theory is to myself, my theory is that they will all then stick together. And this will be a little bit easier when the book is completely closed, because then they will actually sandwich. So let me take that one off. And I will go over it a couple times because it does take a few coats to get it all kind of like soaked in. And I'm not too worried if the pages aren't exactly stuck together yet, like laying flat together. They will lay flat together when I close the book. So let me turn this around. This is a little bit trickier than my little books because it's so much larger. But I think it's gonna be really awesome. I'm really excited about like finding something in my little treasure box back there, which is kind of what I've been calling this, is my little treasure box, because you never know what's in there, and no one would ever know that there is a little secret pocket in your soul book except you. So I thought that would be really cool to try. So let me just finish getting this kind of glued together. Don't worry about making a mess. That's what your wax paper is for, is to protect the rest of your book. Again, I'm going to go up this other side because I find that that's where I struggle the most at getting. I just want all the edges to be kind of gooey. Gooey, so when I close the book, they really stick together really, really well. And I usually let that sit for a few hours, but let me just close my book. I'm going to kind of do this carefully. I'm just kind of mushing my book down, and you'll see there's a lot of glue coming up and over. Totally fine, does not matter. None of that is going to matter. Now, when you glue pages in a book, in my opinion, I always want to make sure that the spine is sitting flat like this. So I always close my books completely when I flatten them out, because I want to make sure that if you've ever tried just gluing pages together with your hands or just turning the page, you'll notice that when you do close the book, the page actually ends up having a curve into it. So it's kind of weird that way. So that is the start of that little pocket. And I would highly recommend you go check out Lori Murray's video, Lori Murray Jenkins. She is so phenomenal, and she's so talented, and she's got such great ideas. I've just been binge watching her, and every time a video comes up, I'm so excited, and I cannot wait to see what she's got going on. Now, she's not the only person I've been looking at, because there's been a lot of people that have been really floating my boat, but I just thought that would be a really cool project to do my soul book. So I want to prep a couple. Now, we did this one yesterday, which honestly, just between you and me, not my favorite. It's kind of, actually, I don't like it. But I thought, you know, the cool thing about doing a soul book, and because it's a cheapy sketchbook, the cool thing is that you can always turn the page and do something else. So I would like to do something. Let's see if I can find my ruler. And not necessarily my ruler, but my Diane Rivoli. I don't know what she calls these things, but I once took a class from her, and I love Miss Diane. She's just so much fun. Her style's not exactly my style, but she really does just make playing in your art journal really fun. So let me measure. This is 11 inches, so 5.5 inches is gonna be halfway mark. Is that right? Yep, 5.5. So what I want to do, and I'm going to grab a different pencil because this one's really gorgeous, but it's too dark. So I want to make a really, really light line that shows me what the halfway mark on my book is. Make sure that's straight-ish. Okay, oops. That is so light that I didn't actually draw a line. So try that again. That was a line draw fail. Okay, so I can see it now. So what I want to do is I want to line up the center line, and I want to scallop my edges, and I want to do, how many? I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna do a line right here. And I'm going to, I think what's happening is my pencil's not getting as close as it needs to get. Now, I don't know where my pencil's gone. I think my hubby's probably stolen it. The thief. So it's okay. This is his contractor's pencil, so I've stolen that from him too, so all's fair in love and war. So that is my first line. I'm gonna take my scissors, and I'm going to cut it out. Cut it out. I'm just gonna cut, oops. I have a couple pages glued together. Let me fix that real quick. This is my scientific method of fixing glued pages. Okay, and now I just want to cut this little wavy line out. Now, by all means, you can do this by hand. It doesn't really matter. I just like the confidence that the wavy ruler guide gives me. And confidence, but now I can't reach, so let me turn my book a little bit. And ooh, I cannot cut upside down. Let me get kind of close to the line, but maybe not quite exactly on the line, and that's okay. And this little scrap paper, don't lose it. We're gonna use it. Do not lose it. We're gonna use it again. Okay, so there's one and there's one. Okay, so now let's do another one, because I want to have a few of these. I'm done with this little ruler, so I'll put that away. Then I'm going to, using that same line, I want to jog over. And I'm going to make another wavy line, and then I will move this up so I can continue my wavy line. Like so. I'm going to put this bump in this wave. This is my theory anyways, this should work. Maybe not. The waves are different. Oh, that makes me sad. Okay, that's all right. We're going to eyeball a little bit. You're an artist, you can eyeball things. This is what we do, come on. Okay, so there and there. We're gonna cut that piece out and save it with this one. Don't lose it. So now you've got 2 there and you've got 2 here, okay? Now we're gonna do the exact same thing, and I don't want any of my, we're gonna call these humps, these little humps here. I don't want any of my humps to line up. So I'm going to, there's one hump, there's another hump. So I'm gonna come over at about that angle. See how scientific that was? And I think I'll do about, is it straight-ish? I'll do this one here. And then I'll line up this one as best I can and finish infilling this one. It's kind of straight-ish, it's good. And then I'm going to cut this one out. Okay, now we have 3. Let's do a 4th. I think I'm going to do 5 of them total. So let's kind of just jog it over again. And cut this one out. You see what I'm doing? Basically every page is just another wave in the layout. So now we have 4 pages. I'm gonna do 1 more because I have to do everything in odds. It makes my brain hurt if I don't. So I'm going to see if I can get this one as close to the edge as I can without actually going off of the edge. I'd really like to see it kind of stay-ish. Okay, so that piece, I'm just gonna use that as waste, throw that away. And there you go. I've got 5 pages now that all belong to the same spread. And they can all be completely decorated differently, but that is one, I just wanna prep it for another page. Now these 4 wavy shebangs, we're gonna hang on to these and we'll play with these next week. So I'm gonna set these aside so I don't lose them, but we will play with those next week. The next thing I want to do to get ready for playing is I'm gonna turn the page, okay? And I want to, let me just put a couple pages in between so that we have like normal-ish kind of spreads. I want to then do one where I have kind of a rough circle on the middle page. And I want to tear it. So let me get it started. How's that for scientific? And this is going to be a little bit more futsnickety. How's that for a word? A little bit more persnickety, futsnippety. So I'm going to get futsy about it. So I'm going to just kind of tear this out, kind of using the little circle that I drew as my guide. And not being too worried about being perfect. So something like that. So that way when I play with this, I can have like a peek into that spread, and then I can also have a peek into that spread behind. So kind of putting a little window in my book. Love that. I'm gonna skip a few pages, and I'm gonna do something very similar to this technique, but I want to basically just tear it. And again, we're gonna save the little flappy bits. And I'm gonna do 3 tears. So I'm gonna do 1, okay, and then 2, and we'll do 3. And I kind of pull it flat like this so I get a really raw edge there. more like a decal edge versus just a plain flat edge. And then I will take these 3 pieces, and like the wavy ones, I'll save those for next week and I'll show you what we'll do with those. Okay, so now we have another type of interesting spread there. And then I think we'll do one more. I said that already, but I'm kind of on a roll and I'm feeling it a little bit. So now I'm like, woohoo! What else can we do? So we've got this kind of a thing going on, and then we've got our little circle somewhere in there going on. And now we have torn edges. Now, how cool would it be? I'm skipping a few more pages. Okay, how cool would it be if we took, I have an idea. How cool would it be if we took the page and split it into thirds so you can flip? You know, do you remember those where you can make like interesting faces or... Now, I'm not gonna get too scientific about this. I'm just going to eyeball, because eyeball is how I roll, but I will use a ruler so at least it's a straight line. And I'm gonna do 3 strips, and they're all gonna be a little bit different. I think I'll make the wide one really, or the middle one really wide. And then I'm just gonna take my scissors and I'm going to cut down that line on 1 page. 2 pages, I'm gonna do 2 pages. Because that feels really kind of like, oh, that's ingenious. Let me clamp some of these together so my book stops flopping in my way. But I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, because I'm really a wild woman today. So I'm gonna do 3 pages and just use scissors to cut down the 3 pages. That way it gives you something really kind of fun to figure out how to then make it work. Like, how rad would that be? Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so now I've got this little choose your own art spread. You can do 3 different art spreads on them. This is what I'm envisioning. 3 different art spreads on them, and you can open it however you want. So wouldn't it be cool if all of the art spreads for this particular layout were all the same kind of color scheme? Hallelujah! Wouldn't that be awesome? Then when you flip the pages, it really is interactive. You can do whatever you want with that. Okay, so I hope that gives you some good ideas. Go play in your soul book. If you do, let me know what you do. Tag me on Instagram. I would love to see your pictures. That is Beautiful Creatives over at Instagram. That would be awesome. You can also hashtag Soul Book Club and I will see you. I will find you. And we will finish this next week. So I will make sure to have my husband's carpet knife so I can finish that. I will also make sure to have these papers that we used left over from today. And I will also make sure to have a couple of tags because we've got some things in mind. And I say we as if I'm multiple people, but I'm not. It's just me, myself, and me. So I will see you next week. Actually, I'll see you in the next video, but next time we'll work on Soul Book will be next week. But I will see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to share I just think that everyone would have so much fun playing in a soul book, don't you think? So I will see you soon. Talk to you later. Bye for now.